Okay, so here are going to be the remaining examples of reflections. At this point, you should be able to do all of the remaining examples without too much help. But if you still need a couple of hints, then this video is going to help you out. It's also going to help you if you need to check your answers on the questions that are on the sheet. If you don't have the sheet, you can just sketch the shapes out as you kind of see them appear on the screen. So we'll start with this reflection. Now I'm not going to do every single vertex like I did in the examples, because at this point you should be a bit more confident with following some of the examples. So you can see if I'm going, the first thing I need to do is obviously find the mirror line. In this case it's just a horizontal line. Second thing is go perpendicular, so I have to go at a right angle to the mirror line and meet the shape at some point. So in this case I can see I'm going 1 unit down, which means I need to go 1 unit up. And then again I can see I need to go from the mirror line 1, 2, 3 units down, so I need to go 3 units up, 1, 2, 3. I can see this shape, this bit here, it's going to be 1 unit down, so it's going to be 1 unit up, and this time I'm going to connect it straight away and connect this as well. And then I'm going to work out the next bit. So in this case I can see I'm going 1, 2, sorry, from the mirror line 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is also going to be connected. And then I've got down here I can see I'm going 2 units down, so 2 units up. We can connect these two together. Now at this point you might be confident enough to just fill out the shape as you can see it, but be careful not to use too few points. There's no such thing as using too many points, but at some point it just becomes a bit obvious what the shape is. So in this case there's your answer. Question 8, reflecting on the line. So I can see 2 units across, 1, 2, 1, 2. So let's label that there. Looking at this point here, so it's 1, 2. This point here, 1, and then there's another one there. Now if I'm going this way, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to need to go 1, 2, 3 as well. Made a small mistake there with this one. This one should be 2 units across. I'm just going to redo that. So this is 2 units across, 1 unit across, 1 unit across, and 3 units across. And you just connect the lines up and you can see we've got our reflection. There's your answer. Okay, question 9. Now this line here is just going to be reflected straight across there, and then we're going to count some vertices here. So you can see I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2, and then here I can see those points are already done. This one here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So when we connect these up, you can see we've got our reflection. Of our shape. Okay, question 10. We've got 2 units perpendicular to the mirror line. So we're going to go 2 units in the opposite direction. That's our first vertex. And here we've got 3 units to the right, so you're going to do 3 units to the left. But we've also got 4 units to the right, so you're going to go 4 units to the left. And then we've got this vertex here, which is also 4 units. You're going to go 4 units across here. And then combine the lines up with a pencil and you've got your answer. Okay, question 11. This time it's a diagonal mirror line. So let's do this carefully, perpendicular. So 1 diagonal bottom down left, so you're going to go 1 upright, and then this is going to be 1.5 diagonals, so this is also going to be 1.5 diagonals. Now we've got our starting point here. These two lines are going to be connected up together. And then we've got, in this case, one diagonal. Now notice here that these two are connected, and then there's an L shape connecting these two. So here we can actually just see it's going to be 1.5 units, 1.5 units. So I'm not going to draw the mirror lines in order to not crowd out the diagram, but you can see that's a half unit and 1, that's a half and 1, diagonals I mean, not units. So in this case I can see I've got 1, 2 diagonals, 1, 2, so this is going to be another vertex there, and then we've got this vertex here which is 1, 2 diagonals, 1, 2, and then this one here is 1, 2.5, half, 1, 2, and that should hopefully be enough to get you an idea of what the shape should look like. And you can see, except for the last one, this one here, you can see it's going to be 1, 2.5, half, 1, 2. So there's your reflection. Okay, example 12. Have a go. I'll show you the answer in a second. So you can see 2 diagonals, so 1, 2, 1, 2. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This one here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 diagonals. I think I'll draw this out just so you're clear. And that's also going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to go down there. So we've got this one. We've got this point. We have 1, 2.5. We've got this point. Now we just need this one here. So that's going to be 1, 2. That should be that point down there. So your reflection is given just like this. You may have chosen different lines. Okay, for 13, reflect the shape in the line. You can see we're going to go one diagonal across here. And in this case, we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. And in this case, we have 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3.5 diagonals. So half, 1, 2, 3. That's going to go up there. And we've got our reflection. Just in case you didn't follow that. Those were the reflection lines. Okay, question 14. Reflect the shape in the line. So we can see that's going to be 2.5. And I can see half, 1, 2. So this time I started from the shape to the mirror. Now if you're confident enough to do that at this point, that's fine. As long as you're really careful not to make silly mistakes. So in this case it's 1, 2.5, 3 diagonals. And that's going to be another 3 up there. So as long as it's perpendicular to the mirror line, so 1, 2, 3, 4.5, half, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to end up there, and you can see that's going to give you your triangle. Okay, question 15. Reflecting the y-axis. So the y-axis is the vertical line. So 3 units, 3 units. This is going to be here. You've got another 3 and 3. Now that's at -6, so it's going to be at +6. And then that's at -4, so it's going to be at +4. We can use the coordinate grids to help us out here as well. So in this case, we've got our shape. Question 16. Let's use the coordinate grid again here. So reflecting the x-axis. Well, if that's -2 or 2 down, well, this is going to be +2 up here. If that's 2 down here, that's going to be 2 up here. And then you can see that's -5. That will turn into a +5. Since we're reflecting in the x-axis, all of the y values will change sign. And that's your shape. Okay, second to last question, reflecting the x-axis. You can see you're going to be reflected up here. So I'm just going to show you the answer to this one. And then the last question, reflecting the y-axis, so reflecting in this line here. So this is now going to end up as a triangle down there. Those are your answers. So hopefully that's got you enough practice with reflections. We'll continue looking at more transformations